Howdy folks, welcome to War Thunder with a mighty Jingles. Today I'm looking at the Imperial Japanese Navy and the Imperial Japanese Air Force. Here in War Thunder, looking at their tech trees. As usual, if you just want to skip straight ahead to the action, feel free to go ahead and press the annotation in the top left corner of the screen up here to go straight to the dogfights and the bombing and the torpedoing and all the good stuff. Okay, they're gone. The rest of us can have a look at the tech tree. Tech tree for the Japanese feels kind of undeveloped, and it is beta, and it's entirely possible that the Japanese tech tree wasn't the main focus for the developers. You've definitely got a viable tech tree here, but it just doesn't seem as well developed as the others. There are only 4 branches for a start, and even the premium line is kind of bare. There's only 4 aircraft there, a BF-109, a Corsair, a Focke-Wulf, and a different variation of the Zero, and that's a gift aircraft that you get for buying the Pacific starter kit or the Ultra starter kit, well, both. So only really 3 premium aircraft that you can buy in the hangar, and what we have here are, well, there's 3 well, not really 3 distinct lines. Here are your bombers and dive bombers. Rank 0, you get the F1M2. It's a float plane fighter, but it can also carry a couple of crappy little 50 kilo bombs. Interestingly enough, it is rank 0, so you can actually add this to your inventory as well as the 3 reserve planes. The 4 reserve planes, the KI-10s. So you can have all of those, get an extra crew slot or 2, and pop this one in as well, just to earn a little bit more experience when you're in the reserve ranks. You get to rank 2, and you get this little thing here. It's an attack aircraft. It can carry a couple of bombs, but they're not very good bombs. Again, this really seems to be the Japanese thing. None of their bomb loads seem to be much cop, and this is particularly true of the bombers themselves, not just the dive bombers of the attack aircraft, but the actual high altitude bombers. Their bomb loadouts are just very underwhelming. So there's the D3A1. It's all right. It's not bad. It's only rank 2. Now, the H6K4 is your first proper Japanese bomber, and this thing's a monster. Basically, it looks like a 4-engine Catalina. Look at that. Now, this thing is incredibly well armed. There are 4 7.7mm machine gun turrets and 1 20mm machine gun turret. And I think that's on the tail. There it is. A 20mm gun in the tail. This is a common theme that you're going to find in the Japanese heavy bombers, well, high altitude bombers anyway. Don't approach them from the rear. They will rip you up. Very, very, very well defended, these things. Unfortunately, it's the bomb load that's really disappointing. I mean, look at this. The only time it gets to carry more than 2 of any kind of bomb or torpedo is when it's these things. 50 kilo, it's got a load. I mean, 12 of them. Okay. Why does it take an aircraft the size of that to carry 12 hand grenades to the target? Because that's basically what you're dropping, 50 kilo bombs. They're absolutely useless. And this is a problem with the Japanese bombers. They all pretty much end up looking at weapon loadouts like that. Okay, 2 torpedoes is not bad, but this thing, and you have to be at low altitude to fire a torpedo. Very low altitude. This thing carrying torpedoes completely just wastes every advantage this thing has. It's like the G4M1 Betty bomber, which you get at rank 6. Here we go. In fact, there it is. These things were fast and they could fly high. So why on earth would you want to give them torpedoes? And the pilots, the guys who actually had to fly these things, couldn't believe it when they were given the job of torpedo bombing in these things. They're just, what? Are you kidding? And this thing in particular, the Betty, had a lot of compromises to save on weight. It had no self-sealing fuel tanks in the wings. They used to call it the one-shot lighter, the Zippo. Small arms fire could set these things, could bring these things down by setting the fuel tanks on fire and burning the wings off. They were just a nightmare to fly. Well, they were great to fly, but just until you started getting shot at, and then yeah, they were horrible planes. And again, fast, high altitude, and then they load them with torpedoes, and it's kind of like that in the game. You generally get to release your first torpedo, but you don't tend to survive long enough to do anything with the second one. But they are very well armed. Again, it's got that 20mm gun in the tail, and lots and lots and lots of gun turrets. If you look at the research tree, there it is. That's 4 7.7mm machine gun turrets and a 20mm cannon turret in the tail. So, like the H64K4, very well defended. Between those two, at tier 4, you've got the B5N2, and this is a sort of, it's more like the Dauntless or the Avenger that the Americans get. And it's not bad. It's not bad. It's okay. The only problem, is this the Val dive bomber? I'm not sure. Well, it can carry a torpedo, carry lots of different kinds of torpedoes, or a couple of okay bombs, or one very, very good bomb. Actually, and look at this, the Mod 80 Mark 1 bomb, 1,000 kilos. The Type 99 Mod 80 bomb, 1,000 kilos. What's the difference? I don't know. They're both 1,000 kilo bombs. Well, I don't understand the difference. If anybody knows, let me know. And this thing isn't bad, but it's got no guns. It's got no guns. Nothing whatsoever. There's a tail gunner, and that's it. There's the bombs and the torpedoes and the tail gunner, and that is it. And that makes this thing frustrating to fly, because you have to use your bombs to kill things. Other dive bombers have 1 or 2 machine guns, and they can use those to strafe artillery or anti-aircraft guns, and carry on doing their job. This thing just can't do it. So, kind of frustrating. Back to the tech tree, tier 7, and it's more of the same. This KI-49, it's, again, look at that, one of those. What's going on here? One 1,000 kilo bomb, alright. One 1,000 kilo bomb, alright. One 500 kilo bomb. What? Why not 2 500 kilo bombs? No, you can't have 2 500 kilo bombs. You can have 4 250 kilo bombs 3 times. What is the difference? Why not 2 500 kilo bombs? Well, it just doesn't make sense. And who the hell would want that 1250? Forget it. It just doesn't make any sense. Mystifying bomb loads for these things. And rank 7 is the highest you go. That's it. You get to rank 7, and there are 4 different of the KI-59 bombers that you can pick, and that's it. So it's a really frustrating bomber line. On one hand, they're very, very well armed with their defensive armaments, but the bomb loads are just so frustrating. But then we move on to the fighter aircraft, and well, you've got your reserves here, and then at tier 1 you get the A5M4, which is all right. I mean, it's only tier 1. What do you expect? It's not bad. 2 machine guns, yeah, bit weedy. Anyway, tier 2. This little thing here, the KI-43, and it's all right, but it doesn't turn very well at all. You look at these things, and they've got a turn time of 16 seconds, and then you move up to this thing, it's got a turn time of 21.4 seconds, and ooh, it's starting to... Yeah, not great, but tier 2, what do you expect? And then you've got a little bit of a gap. You're going to be flying bombers at tier 3, and then you get a tier 4, and you've got this thing, and this is kind of, well, it's a float plane version of the Zero, so it's a bit, what's going on? Well, first of all, you get the 20mm cannon, which is nice, and then 2 7.7mm machine guns. But unfortunately, you've got all this drag from the floats under the wings and under the central fuselage, so it's a Zero. Mitsubishi Zero, which is a great fighter, but then you end up being not great because you've got all this drag from these things. Look at that. It just cripples the performance. But it's not really a Zero. You get this thing at tier 4. You don't really get your proper Zeros until tier 7 and 8. The A6M2 and the A6M3, and these are good. These are good. They're very, very good. The same armaments, 2 machine guns, 120mm cannon, and 19.1 second turn time. Really, really good. This thing's fast. It's manoeuvrable. They were very, very light aircraft with very powerful engines. Just a joy to fly. And then at tier 8, I haven't played this one yet, but I'm sure it's going to be just as good as the tier 7. Further modifications of the Zero, the A6M3 at tier 8, the A6M5 at tier 12, and I don't know what these are. Haven't got a clue. I dare say somebody will be kind enough to tell me in the description. I should probably have looked this up before I did this video. But these N1K2s, they look good. They look good. Look at that. 4 20mm cannons. Oh, yes, please. Thank you very much. And a respectable ammo load for the cannons as well. 900 rounds. So that's pretty damn good. And they're fast. And they're very manoeuvrable. So the Japanese fighter thing is small, fast, manoeuvrable, well armed. And that's fine. Don't have a problem with that. But here's the alternative Japanese fighter line, the Ki-43 and the Ki-61. And these things are, yeah, 2 machine guns. Well, they're higher caliber machine guns than the previous ones. They are at least 50 cal instead of 7.7mm. But it's only tier 2. You shouldn't be expecting miracles. Now here's an interesting spread. The Ki-61s, they go from rank 5, 6 and 11. So the rank 5 one is, well, undeniably better armed. You've got 2 7.7mm and 2 12.7mm machine guns, but you start to pay for it in turn time, 23.4 seconds now. You get to tier 6 and it's more manoeuvrable and better armed. It loses the 2 7.7mm machine guns and replaces them with another 2 12.7mm machine guns, so that's good. By the time you get to rank 11, it's yahoo, 2 50 cals and 2 20mm cannons, so very well armed. Loses a bit of manoeuvrability, but very, very fast, 592 kilometers per hour. Now there's a big old gap, and this is why I say that the Japanese tech tree seems to be not quite as well fleshed out. It goes to rank 11 there, and then you're going to be doing rank 12, and rank 14 and 15 here with these things, and then at rank 17 you get the Japanese rocket plane, and it basically looks just like a Japanese copy of the Me-163, the Comet. It's not a jet, it's a rocket-powered fighter. And it can do 995 kilometers per hour and has 2 30mm, count them, 30mm cannons. So that should be interesting to fly. And that is pretty much it. That is the Japanese tech tree. There's not a lot there. You've got these small, fast, powerful, well-armed fighters. You've got these not as powerful, not as manoeuvrable, comparably armed fighters here. And then this monster, this tiny little rocket with 2 30mm guns here. And that looks, I'm actually looking forward to flying that. That should be interesting. The bombers are a bit of a mixed bag. I like the fighters. I do like the fighters. Not too sure about the bombers. I like the B5N2. I think that's the Val dive bomber. That's all right. And I can't complain about the defensive armament of the H6 or the Betty or the Ki-49s. Very, very, very well turreted. Lots and lots of gun turrets. Lots of large guns in those turrets. But the bomb loads just don't cut it. They really just are not good enough, as you're going to see in my Pearl Harbor ground attack mission coming up right after this. Right then, this should be interesting. I'm in the G4M1. I think this is the Betty bomber. No doubt that's wrong, and 6 months from now there will still be people complaining that I got the name of the aircraft wrong. God, I love the internet. So let's see what sort of competition we've got. Oh, HE111 H6, it's tier 8, BF109Gs, Corsairs, it could be worse. Nothing to really complain about here, tier 7 or 8 game. I have many torpedoes. Well, I don't, I have one, and I'm going for that carrier. Now the thing about this bomber is that gun on the tail is 20mm. Never, ever, 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 just don't do it. Never attack one of these things from the side, from the rear. In fact, the best place to attack this from is that angle. Come up from the front and below. Speaking of which, I'm way too high to be dropping torpedoes. Nobody seems to be coming after me. So, simplified flight model, arcade mode, don't have to worry about tearing my wings off, go into the dive, come around, and I'll probably only get one shot at it. I'll be dead before I get to reload the torpedo, but it should be fun. Now, torpedoes, you need to be at a shallow dive angle and quite low down in order to release it. You can see here I'm at 500 feet, saying over there on the right, too high. I'm not getting a torpedo launch indicator. And that won't happen, and there we go, there we go. So I'm down below 400 feet, so that's the sort of altitude you want. And you want to be releasing your torpedo no more than a kilometre away from the target. I think I've made it around here. HE-111H is going for that carrier as well. Yeah, it looks like I've made it around here without too much trouble. P-63's not going for me. Still 2 kilometres away. Get closer. The P-63's coming my way. He spotted me. Hopefully we'll overshoot and I can give him the good news with this rear gun. There we go. Torpedo away. Turn away. So if he's coming in from the side, and the waist gunners are going to get a shot at him. Here comes the flak. Hit. Takes more than one 980 kilo torpedo to take out a carrier, I'm afraid. That torpedo up again soon. If my gunners can just keep me alive. Yes, I know. Jump to the gunner position yourself, Jingles. No, I'm steering. If you do that, the plane just levels out. Okay, time to bring it around. Let that second torpedo away. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. That'll do. Lost an engine and still couldn't kill the blow carrier. Well, this is actually a refreshing change of pace. This is the first time today. I've basically been playing Russians today, and this is the first time today I've not been rammed out of the sky. If you have a look at my Russian hangar, all of my bombers are in red. They're all out of the game for hours while they're repairing. Well, this is, well, I'm going after, basically I'm flying bombers here, and I'm going after the kind of targets that I am one of the few players on the team that can damage. And this is kind of disappointing, because everybody else is racking up monster scores, going for all of the easy ground target kills, the stuff that anybody with a machine gun can kill. And I'm doing my job. I'm in bombers. I'm going for the harder to kill targets, and I'm hitting them, and I'm causing them damage, and I'm getting nothing for it. I'm going to walk away from this with a crap score, despite doing what I really should be doing. Going for the carriers, because I'm the one with the big bombs and the torpedoes. So that's kind of disappointing. This thing I think has 5 gun turrets. It's ridiculously well protected. Alright, Mr. Carrier. We're going to finish you off. This 1,000 kilo bomb should finish this guy off. Score a direct hit. Come on, baby. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. Let's see it. Come on. Come on. Don't be shy. And I'm getting shot at. Nah, I don't really care. Oh, that's a direct hit. Smack bang. Took him out. Lost an engine. Hitting this guy, he was one. He'll let him die. Fortunately, he flew into a blind spot, so I need to turn. I've got my second bomber. And I'm not going to get to use it on that carrier. Probably not. Come on. Come on. Come on. No, lost all control. crap. Oh look, no skill loser flying into me. That really pisses me off. I mean, an absolutely colossal amount. So, let's see. How did we do? And this is going to be... I know this is going to be disappointing. There, look at that. Second worst score in the game. Killed a carrier. Came out of it with 243 score. Look at these guys. Farming the ground targets. The easy to kill ground targets. Or derping around, going after enemy aircraft. Loads of score. Doing what you're supposed to do in a ground attack mission. Nothing. Look at that. That is just very, very disappointing. I mean, I took out an aircraft carrier. We won that mission because I went for the aircraft carriers. And what's the reward you get for it? Absolutely abysmal. See, this is the problem you get with the Japanese bombers. They're big, they're very well defended, but they get really crap bomb loads. They get 1 or 2 bombs at the most, and they're usually big bombs, but that's no good for taking out a column of heavy tanks. You get the Russians, for example, that get, well, just about everybody else, that tend to get, they don't get as big bombs, but they don't need as big bombs for most of the targets. I mean, what can I choose here? Oh, great. Well, I'll probably best not go there. Look at that. 1 500 kilo bomb, or a 1,000 kilo bomb, or a bunch of completely inadequate 250 kilo bombs. So it's difficult to get a good score in Japanese bombers because of the weapon selection that you get. Whereas everybody else, I mean, the Wellington, you can be flying around with 3,200 kilo bombs. And you can drop 5 of them on one target or 1 of them on a small target, and it's great. Imagine you're flying one of these things around with a 1,000 kilo bomb and the only thing left to kill is an anti-aircraft gun. What's the point? What is the point? And then, of course, you're flying one of these buggers in at high altitude, you spot the target, you drop your bomb, it takes 15 seconds for the thing to hit the ground, and by the time it gets there, somebody at low altitude, in a Russian attack aircraft, has just carpeted it with rockets. And you get nothing. And then even if you have full reload on your crew, you're still sitting around for 38 seconds waiting before you can take part in the fight again. It's intensely frustrating. Now hopefully this bomb should be big enough to take out the entire cluster. I mean, it is a 1,000 kilogram bomb. But how many of them are going to be... I mean, there's 1 pillbox and 3 anti-aircraft guns. How many of them are still going to be up? Well, the AA guns are still firing. This looks like... Is this going to be a... Oh, close to being a direct hit. So that was all right. And my bombs are going to be up again very soon. So I'm going to circle around. Bombs back. And there's another cluster over there. Let's see if I can do the same. Ah, that is a column of heavy tanks. Oh, medium tanks. Okay. Turn. Level it out. Follow that bomb in. Hopefully hitting the bend of the road where they should be slowing down. How many of them? So this is the sort of... Okay, oh, that looks good. Not bad. More ground targets. What we're looking at. See, there's anti-aircraft guns over there. I don't want to be using a 1,000 kilo bomb on anti-aircraft guns. How many pillboxes? Yep, pillbox complex that way. Lots and lots of flagging. You'll do. Get that nose up. There we go. Let's follow that one in and see what sort of damage it does. The fighters seem to be leaving me alone, which I suppose I should be grateful for. If this keeps up, this will be the first game I've flown a bomber in the last 8 or 9 matches where I haven't been rammed by somebody with no skill and a very small penis. Yeah, that'll do. That significantly reduced the amount of flak coming back up, and by the time that bomb hits the ground I only have 10 seconds left to rearm and get my next bomb up, and we're going to be going for those guys over there. That pillbox. Bombs back, turn around. This is a bit better. I find on the ground strike port map the Japanese are just... which is a little ironic considering... Oh, shite. It's a little ironic considering it is Pearl Harbor. But the Japanese tend to not be... Bomb away. Let's turn around and get this 20mm gun. What's a bow fighter? Yeah, hit him a little, I think. Actually, then again, no. No, he was in my dead zone. Well, yeah, bomb hit. Alright, let's do the same. A pair of 500 kilo bombs. Yeah. And you see the bomb selection? You don't get much of a... Actually, no, I'll go for 4 250 kilos. I think you might still be able to crack a pillbox with a 250 kilo, but it's much more flexible for taking out a tank column. And we're probably going to lose this one. They've just been more efficient at taking out the ground targets than we are, but I don't mind losing a game like this. It's been well played. You know, well done to the bow fighter for having the patience of climbing up and coming to kill me. Yeah, fine, don't have a problem with that. And he did it properly. He didn't just try to ram me. He didn't just proclaim to the world that he had a very small penis by going for the ram. Pillbox over there. Who's going for it? Wellington. I don't think he's going to make it. Oh no, he got it. Get in, get in. Good on you, Mr. Welly. Right, I need to get some altitude here. I don't like to look like A20. Or that Lag 3. Or that P63. And I should probably be going for that medium tank rather than those anti-aircraft guns. Anybody with a machine gun can kill an anti-aircraft gun. Medium tanks it is. I'm not going to follow them down this time, I'll need to manoeuvre. Oh, column of medium tanks. 2 of them. Possibly more. I saw 2. What else? Ooh. Okay. Well, I said I wasn't going to go for these guys, but we're about to lose, so I need to grab all the points I can. That's my bombs on, and not before time. I'm getting shot. Yeah, there we go, we lost. But, and you know, when a Japanese bomber is coming away with a bomber award, you know something's going wrong. That wasn't too bad. But it's just the limited bomb load with the Japanese bombers that I find frustrating. And I can't complain about that at all. That was a decent mission. I mean, All right, premium bonus included, but 22,000 XP and 14,000 credits. You know, my cash is rising steadily. I was down at 45,000 credits after unlocking the Tier 8 Germans. No, the Tier 9 Americans. And I'm making money again now that I've turned off automatic repairs. But there's definitely... These Japanese bombers are... not. If you have a look at the bomb loads available for them, the H6K4 is great. I really, really enjoy it. But look at this. Nothing higher than ×2. Or 12 50 kilo bombs. What a waste of time. You may as well be dropping hand grenades on them. And this is the story of the Japanese all over. They're big aircraft. They're very, very well defended. Lots and lots of gun turrets. Totally inadequate bomb loads. G4M1. That gets... Look at that. One of those, one of those, one of those. 4 of those. That's the most flexible it gets. I don't know the difference. I'm going to have to look this up between a Mark II bomb and a Mod 25 bomb, Type 99, because they're all 250 kilo bombs. So I don't get it. But that's it. Or again, 12 50 kilo bombs. Yeah, rubbish. And as you just saw, the KI-49, same again. Probably the most flexible. Well, it's the same as the Betty. That is the Betty, isn't it? The G4M1. I hope so. Otherwise, 6 months from now, we're going to look at all sorts of comments saying, "Go Jingles, it isn't. Don't do anything." Oh, shut up. Japanese fighters, on the other hand, are really, really good. Well, certainly when you get up to the Zero at rank 7. Oh, yeah, that's fun. Lots of fun. Very fast, very manoeuvrable, and reasonably well armed. So, there you go. Bombing in the Japanese. Satisfying, but frustrating at the same time. And ironic that the one map where you'd think the Japanese would do well, Pearl Harbor, is probably the worst. The most frustrating ground attack map for the Japanese aircraft, because there are so many targets that can be taken out with machine guns. And other people just run up massive scores, farming all those crappy little ground targets, and you're flying over in your big bunker buster bombs, doing the job that you have to do in that mission, killing the carriers, and coming out of it with pathetic scores. So, yeah, there you go. Japanese bombers. Bit of a mixed bag. Kind of like them. Hope I never get ground strike on Pearl Harbor when I'm flying one of them, though. Well, let's give the Japanese fighters a go. The Zero's usually fun to play, but it's very fragile. It's not like flying a Sturmovik around. And that's, it's true in real life as well. They sacrificed a lot of protection. There was no armoured cockpit for the pilot. There were no self-sealing fuel tanks. Sacrificed a lot of protection to get the weight down, to get the maximum power out of that radial engine, and it worked. But you had to be a good pilot to take advantage of it, and I'm not. So it's a ground strike mission, and I'm flying fighters. And oh no, I forgot to change my fuel amount. Oh, I can still do that. I'll go for 5 minutes. And again, that was lucky. So carrying a quarter of the weight of fuel should enhance the performance of the aircraft. Now, what am I going to go for? Shall I climb and go for the bombers? I'm going to negate my speed advantage. And the bombers' defensive gunners? No, let's not do that. Very fragile aircraft. Heavy tanks. Ooh. What sort of tier game is this? Yeah, it's not too bad, actually. The aircraft that we're in play at the moment, anyway. Right, A-20G, Wellington, Avengers, HE-111H. He's mine. Let's get them bar bombers while avoiding the flak. It still was around a little more than I was expecting it to. One pass. I'm not going to hang around and let his defensive gunners. some speed up, because he's not the only one on me. Dive on this A20. Couldn't stop him from getting his bombs away. His engines. He's going down. Let's not push my luck. I have been hit. I should probably attempt to land. And get this thing repaired. The only thing is, where's my airbase? Oh, there it is. Gear down, flaps down. Not having any problem losing speed, I'm shot up that badly. Still going too fast though. I don't have air brakes. Come on. Brake. Don't slam on the brakes or you'll flip over. There you go. A little bit worried about that guy. Oh no, I should be alright. I don't have very good repair skills on this thing, so it's going to take me 20 seconds to repair as of now. I really hope this fella isn't thinking about bombing our airbase. He's not. He's on the other side of the mountains. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Am I going to get away in time? 4 seconds. Yeah, I should. I should be alright. Come on, repair, 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 repair. Thank you. Let's get the hell out of here. Repaired, rearmed. Hopefully I can pick up enough speed. I can. Flaps back up, loop around, and try and find something to shoot down before this mission's over. We only have 3 more ground targets to go for. Let's go for the TBF. Who's flying away from me? PE2 over there. Yeah, much better rate of approach. He's coming this way. And he's a bomber. So killing him would be good. Dive on this SU-2. Tail gunner's awake. His tail gunner's very awake. He shot me down. Yeah, that's the thing about the Zeros. They're great, but they're very, very fragile. Ah, no, fuel amount. Never mind. 1 ground target left to kill, and it's over that way. What is it? Hard to tell. And there we go. We've won. So how did we do? And it wasn't a great game, but it was enjoyable, it was fun, and we got some kills. And they were good kills, they were bombers. So how does that translate into score? Yeah, well, only 1 kill. Well, that's surprising, I thought I had more than that. Ooh, check this guy out. Look at that. Well, he's the reason we won. That's not bad. But even though, I mean, that was a distinctly below average game, Credits wise, bleh, but XP wise, not bad. Just out of curiosity, I wonder how many PMs I've received so far. Ah, there we go. That's, yeah, fantastic. So I've received so many PMs, I'm in danger of obscuring my chat window. Anyway, let's have another one. Let's try. We've seen the Zero. We'll try the KI-61 because those are really the only Japanese fighters I've got. I've got a rank 5 KI-61, the rank 6 KI-61, the Zero, and the rest are all just not very good at all. And then you've got these bombers, which are, you know what? I might have a go. I might stick the. Should I? Shouldn't I? Let's just check out the. Yeah, that crew is trained to fly the BN-52. I'll take that out for a spin as well if I get the chance. So let's see what sort of game we can get. Well, it's ground strike again, so I suppose it is a good idea I took the B5N2 out, but we're going for the KI-61 with its 4 machine guns. It's not as well armed as the Zero, but it's a bit more rugged, even if it's not quite as manoeuvrable either. It can, in theory, take more of a beating. And I kind of like the colour scheme as well. It looks very... Well, I was going to say very Pacific War. Well, really? The Japanese fought in the Pacific War, did they, Jingles? Oh, you genius. Shut up. So, Yak 7s, P-47s, Yeah, could be worse. Could be worse. I may as well get stuck straight in, and he's going right for me. Let's not hang around and let him shoot back. BF-109 coming in, and he's heading right for me as well. And he's got cannons, so let's again take our shots where we can. And yeah, well, that was a short-lived adventure, and as much my fault as it was his. I mean, I'm trying to get out of the way, but he wasn't. So what do we have here? What do we have? Torpedoes? No, useless. You know what? I'm going to take a 1,000 kilo bomb and go for pillbox clusters. And then after this we'll jump back in the Zero. See if we can get a better game in the Zero than we did in the last one. Frustrating thing about this thing, press fire, nothing happens. It's got no guns. But look at the size of that bomb. Oh yeah. Just hope I can use it before I get my ass shot down. And with the fighters in this game, that's by no means guaranteed. Oh, what are those? Medium tanks. Oh, I could probably take out a cluster of medium tanks with this thing. Okay, let's go with dive, because this thing is quite fast. And I seem to be mostly clear of enemies. Yeah, medium tanks. Let's get them. Here comes the flak. Slightly steeper dive. Make sure this doesn't miss, because I've only got one of them, and there's a bad guy on my tail. Bombs away. And I'm taking hits. And yeah, that'll do. Taking a while to reload. Oh, I'm probably not going to get away with this. There are far too many of them. All around. Seconds. Go on, Mr. Tail Gunner. He hasn't hit anything yet, but... Oh, I wish the same could be said for the guy on my ass. The guys... Oh my god. King Cobra. Alright, bombs are back up really, really soon. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Bombs away, and that's probably all I'm going to get, and I really should probably have saved those for the medium caliber, for the medium tanks, and oh, and he rams me. The King Cobra driver has no penis whatsoever. There's a lot of that about. There's no way that was my fault. I didn't even know where he was. You can't blame that one on me. So what we're going to go for? Probably be going for bombers and ground attack aircraft. Like that guy up there. He's probably carting a 1,000-kilo bomb around. That's a PBY. He's miles away. Let's see if we can intercept this B5N2. Possibly. It's just a question of can we maintain speed. I'm hitting him. And his tail gun, I can't do a thing about it while we're down here. Running the risk of stalling. Guns are set to 400 metres, so I need to get a bit closer than this. Watch out for his tail gunner. Where's he gone? Oh, there he is. He's taken a hell of a beating. Why is his tail gunner not shooting at me? And what's this BF-109 get the kill? Whoa! Nearly rammed him. Didn't mean to do that. Cannon's back up. What's this guy made of? Tungsten. Finally. That took some doing. Right, who's next? Sternovic down there. No, Catalina up here. Now when Catalina's moving like that, and again I need to watch out for his gunners. Oh, flak took him down. Okay, who's next? Okay, he flew into a mountain, which is always useful. Ah, we're going to lose this. The F-109, miles away. Who's that over there? Stern of it. Yeah, let's go for the stern of it. Reloaded my guns, might have left it too late however, so let's go for this other stern of it. The one with no one on it. And it's the rank 5 stern of it, so it doesn't have a tail for that. And that was a no-skill loser in a friendly aircraft who managed to ram me. Look at that, chance meeting, destroyed by ram 3 times. Seriously? Really? It's a friendly fighter with absolutely no clue what he's doing. Just rammed me while shooting at the target in front of me. I suppose I should be grateful he didn't shoot me down. There are times when playing this game is like playing Lord of Tanks on a on a good day. And I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Artillery. What a waste of a bomb. But nobody else is going for it. There. Tanks. Oh no. Nope. And we've lost. Well, you know, there you go. We lost that one. But didn't do too badly. You know, 11,000 XP, 13,000 credits. That's all right. It is an average result. Can't complain. But the whole... Well, it wasn't friendly fire. Well, the only reason it probably wasn't friendly fire was because he was such a crap shot. I mean, I was directly between him and the Sturmovik he was trying to shoot at. So probably the only reason he didn't shoot me down was because he was so shit at shooting. But then flew into me after I'd killed the Sturmovik. And it's probably completely my own fault. It probably is, because I've been promoting this game so heavily that all of the retards who play World of Tanks are now playing War Thunder, and so the average IQ of the teams is going down exponentially as all the World of Tanks window lickers come into this game. So I do apologise for that. If you've noticed the average intelligence of your teams declining over the last couple of days, then it's probably almost certainly my fault, and I'm paying the price for it because I'm getting these pricks on my teams. Well, anyway, there you go. It's not the fault of the Japanese aircraft. So, Japanese, what do we think? Well, yeah. They're definitely the most underdeveloped tech tree. I mean, that's it. 3 lines. Fighters, not very good bombers. And yet, somehow strangely satisfying bombers at the same time. And they're going to get a lot more work. If you've had a look at the beta release, not the beta, sorry, at the planned release tech tree for the Japanese, they are getting a lot of aircraft. And they do need it because at the moment there just aren't enough there. But what they have aren't bad. The KI-61 is alright. I mean, the one that you get at rank 5 is not great. The one you get at rank 6 is better. The one you get at rank 11 looks pretty good. 2 20mm cannons and 2 50 cal machine guns, not bad. But 4 50 caliber machine guns isn't bad. At tier 6, yeah, that's not bad at all. And it's definitely... Well, it seems to be more rugged than the Zero, whereas the Zero is all about just being really, really quick and really, really fast. But you fall out of the sky if somebody so much as gives you a funny look. Because you're very, very light. The KI-61 seems to be slightly more rugged and seems usually to be able to take more of a beating, even if it isn't as nimble as the Zero. But they're all fun in their own way. I just haven't really had very good games in my Japanese, but that's not the fault of the Japanese aircraft. Although the Japanese bombers are definitely a bit of a mixed bag. Their bomb loads they can carry is just totally inadequate. So that was the Japanese. Yeah, certainly worth a go. Their fighters are really, really good, and their bombers on the right maps can be really, really, really good, but you really don't want to be flying Japanese bombers on, ironically enough, the Pearl Harbor attack mission. Because they just don't have the bomb loads. And all of those little ground targets get nuked before you get anywhere near them, leaving you the responsibility of going after the big targets. And it just takes too long for you to kill them, and you don't get anything for it. So that's really disappointing. But other than that, I like the Japanese. So I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, watch your 6, and I'll catch you next time.